Okay, so yeah, we're off to a good start. Okay, I'm gonna see if I got. Oh my God, what is wrong with your brain? This is part 2 of the driveway clearing and widening job. I'm gonna see if I got good material here for filling that big hole by the driveway. I'm looking for a good clay shale mix. So I want to show you where I am. Here's that big tulip poplar I was talking about. And the corner of the driveway is right here. There's that. See, there's that big wet area right here. So I am just inside there. I'm trying to stay far enough away from that tulip poplar. There's a maple over there, but it's not real big. I'm just gonna scrape off. Scrape off some of this. And where are we going? This will put it over on the side. Cover the hole back up with that after. Yeah, it looks like I'm already getting into some decent material there. I want to make sure I clear enough so I can dig a bigger, rather have a bigger, wider hole than a small, deep hole. That sounds good, huh? I'd rather have a bigger, wider hole than a small hole. I'm talking about dirt. Freaking head out of the gutter. Oh, it'll be interesting to see if we hit any rocks here, how big they are. I was just editing that video, that the first part of the driveway clearing here, and you guys are in a different position there. You can see my hands and everything, and it's close enough where you can hear me okay. So I kind of like it. Actually, if it didn't have a lot of rocks in it, I could go back and get the big smooth bucket. See how it looks. Take a scoop here and see what it looks like. Yeah, and I'm not really nuts about this stuff on top here. like clay, but it's a little bit powdery. Yeah, they're getting into shale there. I see a big rock moving there. Yeah, I think that'll work. Probably need to clear bigger areas up. Clear these trees. I'm over there by a daddy tree. right in the old, right in the USB hole. Do a little tree trimming. Ouch! Oh man. Just got hit by that. Damn. Lucky it didn't hit me in the face. Jeez. grading the driveway at the same time. There you go. So, now that I got the tracks all muddy, I'm gonna track through the woods. There's another driveway back here. I'm gonna go back up and get the cleanup bucket. Try to move some of that real wet stuff there with that cleanup or graded bucket. See if I can get some of that nasty stuff out of there and get the water, some of that water out of there. I don't know right now. It's just so wet right there. I don't know. Might be going back to plan number one with putting a pipe in there. See how it shapes up, I guess. Got around that real wet spot. It looks like I needed the machine over here anyways. There's a tree down on this road. Deer are having a feast over here. bucket. Bucket all out of the way. So I did some cleanup here, right on the corner, and I did dig a trench down through there. Figured this maple here was in not very good shape. It's got that big dead streak that wraps up through there. So I did cut a trench through there. So mainly just to get the water out of there. But if I hit decent material and I don't have to dig too far down, I just had to see what's in there. If there's any kind of decent clay down below there. If I have to dig down there deep and it looks like the water's gonna run in there from the ground around it, I might just dig a trench out through there and lay a piece of pipe in there. I really don't know what's gonna happen here, so I'm just gonna cut this water loose right here and just see, just have a place to get that water out of there, let that drain for tonight, start pulling some of that material back from the driveway, and just see what I got in here for material. Might as well just leave that until I get this water out of there. What a mess. Oh my god. took a couple more trees down there to open this up. Once I get this ditch done and go to grade out all this dirt, probably thin those other trees out there a little bit, maybe take out a few pines and a few of those small maple or beech. See what it looks like. So I got all this cleaned up. As you can see in the time lapse, I dug this ditch down through here. You know, I said I went back and forth with doing the pipe or not. It's a lot of screwing around. I was just afraid that putting that clay in there, getting enough of that material in here that it just wouldn't set up, or there would be water. There must be water seeping in from the rest of this area here. So I just wanted to have something in there where the water can leach in there and have a way to get out and not be building up underneath there. So I had the pipe here from last year. I just decided to go ahead and dig that out, and thinking that I'm doing the right thing. I just got 2 1-ton loads of or one ton dump truck loads is probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 ton each. So I got the pipe covered. I wrapped the end of the pipe with a piece of road fabric, taped that up. I got good fall down through the woods. There it goes. Must be that. It goes down past that tree down there. Daylight's out. So I'm gonna use up this other load of stone and cover this pipe. I'm gonna put a little bit of stone past the end of where I have the stone there, just so it has a place where the water can seep into it and get to the pipe. And then he's gonna start bringing me the DSA. It's like a crusher run mix. I'm gonna put fabric on top of this stone here and just try to keep some of that stuff from mixing into the stone. Keep that stone open, like keep the pores of that open so it can take the water in. And I'll bring some stone down through here until it starts drying out down there. It's just real mucky and nasty till you get down around those trees and it starts drying out. So use a bunch of that stone in here and keep plugging away. Hopefully I can get this shaped up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to grade any of this stuff. I suppose I can at least clean up that pile, and I don't know, maybe move some of that stuff around a little bit, fix that, what I was going to use for the borrow pit, fix that up. I'm not gonna, I don't need to bring the driveway way out here. I was just trying to get rid of all that soft stuff. So at least now I got this down to pretty solid material there. There is a little black in there, but it's solid underneath there. So I can build that up a little bit there. I don't need to bring the driveway way out here. Cleaning up the trees on that corner made a big difference. Well, I got maybe a third of the way with the fabric. I'm just cutting short strips to cover up that stone in the trench there. And then the rest of the pipe, you can see it down there. I'm just going to cover the pipe with the fabric and then just put the dirt back on top, just to keep the dirt from washing in the pipe. It'll still let some of the water trickle out in the trench if it gets overwhelmed, mainly keep the pipe clean. So I got fabric out here. Just got the second load of the DSA. Might as well, I've been talking about this stuff, I might as well show you. See the little bit bigger rock, and then it's got like a crusher run type stuff in it that got some sandy, almost like a clayish type of base to it. That stuff, it takes a little bit to work it in, especially in a depth like when you're getting real deep like this. So we'll just try to pack it in as good as we can. It'll take a little bit for this to settle up and be able to drive a big truck on it. But I've got this load down here on the corner that is the end of the run here. So I just need to kind of contour this a little bit, see if I can break those roots and take this pile down that way, and just kind of track it in as we go. And if I have time, I can get on the back side and just kind of smooth that out a little bit. It's drying up now that the water's getting out of there and this stuff is exposed, so I might just leave it like that for a while. See, I'm probably not going to have enough time to mess around with that, but get to work spreading this. Now we're getting there. Still not. I like the shape of this part right here. I think down there further, I could kind of put a little more swale in the bottom and then pull it up, but I think for right now I just need to let the water seep out of there, let this dry up, and then try to work with that after it's dried up. And then I can kind of smooth all that dirt out. I don't want to bury those trees. At least that birch is up on a hump anyway, so I can kind of pull everything this way. So that looks pretty good. I'm gonna have a guy bring another load of this crusher run. Yeah, like I said, this stuff's got like perfect moisture content in it, and it's packing in really nice. So we're gaining, well, if I can get a little bit more material over here, we're gaining at least 8 feet right here, maybe even 9 feet on the corner. So another load can blend that in, can bring it back here quite a ways. I'd like to get another little lift in here. Been tracking it in pretty good with the excavator, and it seems to be packing in pretty good. I did drive my truck on it a little bit too. Now I gotta sharpen my knife and cut some more fabric, get the rest of that pipe covered up, and get some dirt on that. Old Kershaw taking a beating today. I'm gonna sharpen that up a little bit. Get the rest of that fabric cut. That's gonna be kind of a pain. Then I can get that done. Then I gotta get this excavator cleaned up and brought back. Keep chipping away here. It was too easy to just give up and leave that big pile of mess there. So after I got the pipe all covered up, well, first of all, I cut pieces of fabric and I wrapped that whole pipe all the way down through there. That was a lot of screwing around, but I didn't want that pipe getting full of dirt from the top. Then I came up and I cleaned up the rest of this, kind of fixed the dirt down the other end. I tried tracking down on here. That was a big mistake because I just was making ruts in there. That stuff's real soft. So then I went up and around and came up through the woods, and I was able to move some of this material out of the way. And then all this stuff right here, this lighter colored stuff, is the clay shale mix. So I filled in a big hole there and kind of built up a little bit of a wall up against where the gravel's going to go. So once this stuff gets rained on and weathered in a little bit, that'll be pretty solid right there. So then I just started peeling all this stuff back and smearing it smearing it back and smoothing it out, filling in the borrow pit. I did put as much of the clay type material that was mixed with the dirt in the hole first. There's still finish work that needs to be done, but this can dry up with the water having a way out of here. This should dry up pretty well. I need one more load of this DSA or crusher run right there. Cover that fabric, blend all that in, fill that corner in. Actually, could probably raise this up a little bit if I had to, but that seems to be getting pretty solid right there. Just had the excavator on there. So compared to what we had this morning, I'm pretty happy. That was we're going on just about a 12-hour day today, and in and out of the machine, I don't know how many times, 100 times, getting pipe, putting all that pipe together, about almost 200 feet of pipe, putting all that pipe together, getting the fabric, getting the stone in, putting the fabric down, cutting all that fabric. Yeah, that was a lot of work, but man, it really shaped up nice. I wish I had the machine here a little bit longer. I could finish all that up, but we'll let that get weathered a little bit and hopefully dry up at some point. But I am really happy with how that looks now. We gained, probably at least 5 feet here. And in the corner, at least 8-9 feet. I think I said that before, but just a lot more room to get around in here. So gotta load this machine up, go home, and that'll do it. Yeah, that was a long day. I didn't think I'd be able to get in there and get all that fixed up. Just figured I had to do it, make it look decent, make it look like I got a lot done with this machine while I was here. Trying to talk in between yawning. Oh man. So thanks for watching. Make sure you go down and hit that like and subscribe button for me. Share the video. Take a second and yeah. The brain is cooked. Take a minute and share the video if you would. Help support my channel. I appreciate those that watch, especially those that watch till the end. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.